Welcome back, everyone, to the part number 2 of this puzzle, which you obviously can, which you obviously solved probably to before watching this video. And by the way, how is my fake caro pattern? Is it good or not? Okay, uh, I also thought what could we miss additional in the um, in the scanning process. And let's say our square is f7. I came to the idea, yes, f7 is, by the way, indirect fork here. If we takes, it's also forking e8. But what did I want to say? There is also, we notice there is diagonals here, there is files, and there is the seventh rank to the f7 square. But we didn't notice there is also ways to diagonals, right? This way, this way, this way to reach this way, and this. It will help you to unlock your brain. You explain your brain, okay, there is this way to this diagonal, there is also this way to this diagonal, to this square. There is also some ways through this diagonal, this way, so like these diagonals, yes. And through this file, there is obviously this way, and something unbelievable like this. Also, just train your brain to scan like this, something which is completely nonsense also. And if you see complete nonsense, you can definitely see all the ways. And from this way is obviously this one. Also, all the ways to reach H file before reaching H7. All the impossible ways. In this case, your brain training to see all the impossible things. Okay, it's example. I don't want to overextend this video. This is how do you think. So there is the ways to the, if you see the outcome, you see the ways, yes. And there is the ways to these ways. And there is also interferences on the way, how your opponent will cross, let's say, diagonal, yes, with his pieces, or just protect this piece, not allow it to, or run away after your attack. So many ways, but basically, if you scan, you see it easier. Okay, let's go to the calculation, and we start from there. First, we narrow down our mind what is the main point, and we probably see h7 f7. G6 pawn is very powerful. It's almost like one more attacking piece, and we have plus many to attack the king. We need to see force and win, and basically we start from candidates ideas. Obviously, rook h8 is the check and the force and win. And first we see, wow, I solved this puzzle. Yes, queen h, like queen h. 3 h7, and maybe there is not that easy king f6, yes, and it's not direct win, like yeah, that's good. So he can take. Also, we need to see like rook h8, bh8, and now two squares are like h7 and h8 with queen h3 idea, and also the queen is hitting all of these squares, and he has no checks to attack the king for the counterplay. But there is maybe rook d1 counterplay, but still h7 is weak. Yeah, I can just take rook d1. So another candidate idea, rook h8 and queen h3. Obviously, another candidate idea is just play queen h3. Why not threatening rook h8? And what else is possible? How can we create the most powerful threat? Something like rook h8, bh8 96, but I don't think it works when it's hanging. Something like g7 also possible to open this diagonal. Yeah, rook h8, bh8, g7 is also a powerful candidate idea because it's very powerful threat. We directly go to h7. And by the way, if you don't scan the position, like you will never see queen on h7 square through the g6. Because we train our brain to see it, it's becoming obvious, and we see the dynamic potential of the pawn. So the name I the way I named my YouTube channel, if you don't aware of this, is each piece is a soul. Yes, and the meaning of that, I mean, if you know a little bit of chess history, chess education, all players, we know about Aron Nimzovich, who wrote this book of my system, and this conception came from him. He said us each piece has the hidden desires, is like a soul who is looking for the best manifestation, and the hiding desire of the pawn is always to move forward, to become a queen. Don't you want to become something bigger in your life? And of course, desires of the rooks are to attack open file, infiltrate on the 7th rank, and attack object on the 7th rank, on the 6th rank, or on the 8th rank. Obvious desires. Yeah, desires of the queen to centralize and attack from the attack everything everywhere. Yes, and yeah, of course, attack the king, etc. So, of course, bishops love diagonals and so on. And the desire of the pawn is to always move forward. So we always need to try to create positionally, yes, and tactically. You always need to try to create for your pawn's ability to move forward and check it. Yes, all these pawn ideas. So rook h8, bh8, g7. Yeah, and possibly just winning. I just even didn't start to calculate if bg7, another rook is coming. Rook h8, bh8, queen g6, h7, queen h7, king f8. Is it winning? Queen h8, king h7. Maybe I too attached to this beautiful idea because after king g7, king d6, I don't see win. I don't see the win. There is no checkmate. Okay, but let's just check rook h8, bh8. There is also rook h8 and g7 potential candidate ideas, but let's say take g7, bg7. We're not forced to play queen h8. We have also queen g6. We have queen h7 moves. Queen g6 is the threat is rook h8 almost unstoppable. And if you play king f8, g7 is weak. Rook h7, but he has counterplay. And rook d1, always need to be aware of rook d1. King f8. I don't see quick wins. So first of all, we are trying to solve puzzle in the simplest way, which is just a direct kill with rook h8, g7 ideas. Maybe I'm too attached to this and need to see another candidate's move. This opportunity exists. We just notice it. Rook h8 opportunity just exists. We notice it. Queen d8 at some point, 96, 94. What will which material will be become after that? Takes 96, 94. If king and f8, yeah. But if we don't sacrifice anything, queen h3 is exist. Yeah. What else? Yeah, but it's already 3 or 4 candidates ideas, something like 96. No, it doesn't look right. Okay, so briefly check rook h8. It's not winning. I don't see immediate win. Check queen h3. Do I see immediate win with rook h8? Is it unavoidable? What he's going to play? He doesn't have checks here. This one doesn't work. Rook h8 is the threat. Can he defend? It doesn't look right. Right, his pieces are bad. Even positionally, 94. 26. Okay, so can he just defend h8 or run away? His candidate's ideas. Run away seems very wrong because there is just 96. Has to be winning. Yes. If he plays king f6, queen f6, why is this not winning with h8? Seems to be almost winning. Can we just trade everything? In g7, it is not winning yet. 96 doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay, it's not winning after queen h8. Any silent move like 96, 94. Move queen b7, attack from this file unexpectedly at 97 idea, and rook h8 idea. Is it not winning? Ah, queen g6. Yeah, it is maybe not winning. But queen b7 would be nice idea, nice geometry. Yeah. Maybe at some point queen f7, check. F also doesn't work. Okay. We briefly check queen f3, queen f6. Queen g6 is the threat. Rook h8, we don't see a direct win right now in the split of second, but maybe these pieces are so wrong. So wrong. Can I just play rook h8, bh6, 94? And after queen g6, there is h8 is hanging, in f7, and it's still kind of holdable, surprisingly. Yeah, kind of holdable. Okay, don't see immediate win. Another option was rook h8, bh8, queen h3. But then queen f6 will move the same position. At very least, it's not immediate win. Okay, that's nice. And before we go deeper in the lines, we check on the surface, can I win in the simplest way in this position? What was our more candidates ideas? H8, H3, combination of this, T7. Okay, I feel like we can go deeper. I may be wrong, but we can check rook h8, bh8, g7. It's the most forcing. He has to take bg7, and now our candidates moves queen g6, rook h8, queen h7. So let's say boom, 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 boom. Queen h7, queen f8. Not that clear. I like queen g6, threatening rook h8. What's his defensive trick there after queen g6? Rook h8 is the threat. How he can defend position? But he can run away. Queen f8. Queen f8. What else? Can he defend h7 or interfere? Not. Seems not real. Can he decoy our rook? Doesn't make sense. We just take it and we still threat here, and bring rook back, and bring no, cannot bring rook from this side. Can bring rook from this side because no threats on the first rank anymore. Seems winning just by evaluation. Maybe wrong. We need to check precisely, like rook f8 with idea queen f5 there. Yeah. Maybe wrong, yeah. Rook f8. Then queen h7 mate. Yeah, it doesn't work. Everything is just hanging and seems collapsing. Like rook is hanging, and yeah, it seems like yeah, we can create next threat like d7 or something. Yeah, or queen h7, 96 also the idea. So it's just collapsing. Take g7, bg7. So we come back to the main candidate move is king f8, which we saw from the beginning. Is there any direct win? f7 is defended as critical square. The queen is defended f7. E6 is critical square, but it's defended by the rook. The bishop is counterplay and not at the rook in attack. What about knight h7? He has king g8 and king h7. I don't see improvement even after king g8. Yeah, okay. Detach from this idea. takes, something in between. G7, BG7, rook H8 was initial idea, BH8. Queen H7, King F8, don't see a Q and move. Queen H8, King F7, don't see Q and move. And King runs here, and no Q and move. Okay, eliminate it quicker. Refute your ideas as fast as possible. Don't attach to this. Try to make it work, but do not attach. Try to refuse it quicker. I remind myself and you. And then so all of this idea, why cannot we play simple Queen H3? Another forcing idea, rook H8, BH8, Queen H3, which is normal. Another way to H7. Doesn't make sense. This rook. Okay, so another way to attack, like BH8, Queen H3. But then BG7, Queen F6 are candidate moves. Let's say BG7, do I have direct win? I don't see it. I simply, there is no mate with bishop on G7. Yeah. Maybe 96, but then 24. Idea appears. I can simply play king one, Queen H7 still the threat. Sacking the queen and taking the yeah, it's just bad. Okay. At very least, I refute it quicker. Takes Queen H3, BG7. I don't say anything. Doesn't make sense. So Queen H3 is the most obvious and simplest move. Rook H8 is the threat. No checks, no decoy. King F8 and Queen F6. Yes, our candidates defensive ideas. And Queen F6, I didn't see direct win here. Queen G6 is the idea. Let's check more carefully. There are a bunch of candidates ideas after Queen F6. Even something like simple King A1. With the question, why is it not winning? I have too many pieces, extra pieces to attack. When G6 doesn't work, I play Rook H8. Just simple prophylaxis, yeah. And I simply go into play something like, I don't have threat, yeah? I don't have threat. This is a problem. Can play 94. Oh, wait. I have plus many. Wait. What am I smoking? Queen H3, Queen F6, 94. Just suck this ball. Knight is hanging, yeah. Queen G6, he can play, and yeah, Knight is hanging. So I thought just Rook G5 and just all of it, but Knight hangs. But I have Knight E4 threat, like Queen H3, Queen F6, King E1. Something like C3, E4, dynamic potential. Open up this diagonal. First check attacking idea. But then C3, I'm not forced to take with the pawn, I take with the queen. And this diagonal opened as a drawback. And this pawn hangs, and I can reach F7 from this side, which we saw from the scanning initially. And if you take G6, there is drawback. This file opened, which we saw from this initially from the scanning position. Positionally, it's okay, but can we win simpler, forcibly? We checked forcibly with Rook H8. Didn't see it on the surface. We checked forcibly with Rook H8 G7. Don't see it's winning. Can I just play Queen C2? G6 is defended. idea, and my idea is to bring the knight in, or to bring the rook and take this pawn, or e5 still. A point knight h3 retreating move, and squeeze on the win from this defensive c4, is hanging pawn. Okay, we just scan it to see it. Also this way to attack, but then extra check needs to be careful. Don't want to allow extra check, but it does not much. Like he can take pawn, but this pawn has drawback, and this pawn is hanging. Interference. Okay, just scan the ideas. Like we are not going to play it, but we noticed. Okay, this is hanging pawn, and we can play something around it. Which line I want to go deeper with? Queen h3. Queen h3 probably, yes, and queen f6 is still forcing, and there is possibilities like knight e4, f3 even with rook g5 forward. Positional, just positional. Why am I not winning? Rook g5 is queen h8. Why am I not winning? Squeezing from this diagonal. I have knight, two rooks, and queen in the attack. It's just winning. But queen h3. Queen f6, knight e4, queen g6, f3. I wanted to play positional chess today, and there is the gift for me, like this one. He has some ideas with rook d2 because of the pin. Rook d4, rook d4. c3 is not that powerful. This knight permanently stopped any counterplay on this diagonal. And rook g5 is just killing threat. He cannot prevent rook g5. Rook d3 with idea queen takes c4 defensive check, yes. But then rook g5, queen takes c4, rook in for the it's not check, and there is queen h7. Okay, so let's check. Queen h3. King f8 is bad. Just knight e6 is enough. Has to be enough. Takes. It's just nonsense. Like queen e4, king e1. I don't see anything. Well defended. Rook d1 also doesn't work, and I simply up material, and rook f5 is devastating to threat. It cannot work. Another way, defend the shade, or don't defend rook h8. Yeah, cannot play after b8, queen checkmate, not 27. Yeah, it seems only move queen f6, but then we open file by sacrificing this pawn. By the way, the foundation of attacking on the king with opposite castling kings, the most important is, who can guess? Okay, is of course open file. Yes, and you can sacrifice even this powerful pawn, which is on the sixth rank, is equal to the piece. Yeah, like this pawn often worth 3 pawns. You can play queen h3, queen f6, knight e4, queen g6, f3 with unavoidable threat rook g5 opening file. Sounds good, but I probably too much attached to the positional chess, and I may be wrong here. Let's check all the now imagine we play black. Imagine we play black, and we need to find we know the white's idea, and we need to refute it. Turn brain on again. Queen h3, queen f6. I don't see another move. Can it be another move? Queen f6 is also here. Some ideas. Yeah, it's good. Rook d1 doesn't work. Queen f4, queen f5 doesn't work. No checks. King f8. It's 96, and I don't see anything here. Like no tricks. E4, a1. And we simply have multiple. We simply have devastating 5 threat. No need to calculate anything. Okay, I assume only queen f6, 94. What he can play? He cannot defend its shade here. He has to take, only has to take pawn, and then f3 positional move. to create this powerful knight which prevents any counterplay from here and from here, and simply play rook g5 on the next move. Why is it not winning? Can he defend g5 square? bf6, bh6 cannot. Simply anything is winning like rook h6. Can he create counterplay with rook g1 somewhere? Not. Can she run away? King f8, but it doesn't look correct. Like I can play rook g5, and I simply have two knights, two rooks, and the queen. If it's not winning, I don't understand anything about chess. Like, okay, so if this one is not winning, like we have knight and queen and two rooks and king safety in the attack. Hello, okay, I accept. I'm stuck in chess. We just go there, and let's see what computer does. Queen f6, knight d4, and it's just winning. Yeah. Okay, queen g6, f3, and it's just positional play. And if you could solve this puzzle with such an ease, congratulations to you. And yeah, and congratulations to me. I'm happy to solve this puzzle because finally positional play win. I mean, basically positional play is much more effortless than calculation and tactical play, and we never can calculate perfectly. It's almost impossible. We will make mistakes from the side of the computer. But positionally, if you can just stop opponent's ideas, like stop this bishop, stop this diagonal, stop any counterplay, you can play effortlessly, and you can positionally. It's very hard to make mistake positionally. If you understand positional chess, you cannot miscalculate positional chess. It's you just evaluate the position. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, here is my pitch. Yeah, I enjoyed. So you can go to the next level much faster than you do it by yourself if you simply copy someone. Just come copy all my patterns, yes, all my insane patterns, yeah, and then simply train till you can do the same, improve in 10x, become a total beast, yeah. So my price is still September. You have amazing chance to jump in with under price, just $30 per hour. And from September it's $50 per hour. Also, if you want to join to the community where we train together, share the best insight, thoughts, ideas, and we make money. I not only will teach you chess, yes, if you will become part of the community, and we have 30% affiliate programs. You can invite your friends based on user-generated content, based on your achievements, based on your insights, based on your sharings. You also have access to share our content. I also will teach you how to monetize it as much as I can, as much as I can, and eventually, of course, with money flow, we can do everything. We can hire people who understand everything much better than me. Yeah. But I guess for most of you guys, if you're watching this video, for most of you guys, you just cosmic chess, and it's already quite decent, yes, at very least. So, okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, and play positional chess effortlessly, and enjoy your life. Bye, and yeah, I pitched and finished. Stop share. Bye bye, Satsabai from Cambodia.